This video was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020_Prime, and Sylveon Prime, and nobody has any permission to use this video without my permission or authorization. This music was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020_Prime, and Sylveon Prime. Nobody has any permission to use this music without my permission or authorization.
Good, evening, yeah, early to late evening, whatever you want to call it. Actually, I can say exactly right here. 8:34 p.m. So, this is going to be another update in regards to what's going on with my Google Nest Hub situation. Basically, it's already been a full day, and Google hasn't given me any more further responses. So, hello there, Luna. So, it looks like I'm basically pretty much stuck on my own. I mean, I'll be checking my emails for a while longer. Maybe it's taking them longer to respond or something. I don't know. Maybe they're still working on it. At this point, I'm basically stuck with non-working device, with all three of my Nest Hubs still down, doing the same thing that they were. They're still doing the swirly dots thing. Nothing has changed. I've already, repeatedly tried all the steps that he told me to try. I've tried the whole rigmarole with turning off my router, turning my router back on, waiting for it to reboot. I've tried the whole rigmarole with factory resetting the devices. That didn't work. Nothing that they told me to do is working, and I've already mentioned that in my previous email that I sent to the tech support, or whatever they call it. I think they call them tech support, but so far it looks like either they're still working on it or I'm being ignored. Most likely at this point they're just fucking ignoring me because they don't know what's going on, and basically at this point, if I do have to replace those, I'm probably going to replace it with an Amazon product, since one, those products are cheaper, and two, I can't rely on the hub to work at this point, because shoot, even if by some miracle I buy a new, just to replace even one of them, if I buy a new hub, the same thing is going to happen again. It's going to download this fucked up update and it's going to get corrupted. So at this point, there's no physical point for me to try to get a new device, because if I get a new device, the same thing is going to happen all over again, and I'm going to be out another $200. Because at this point, combining all three devices, $200, $400, plus like $100 or something for about, basically at this point I'm out to about $400 to $500, because that's how much those devices were worth, and that's how much they're still worth, because nothing is wrong with the devices themselves. It's the stupid software that they tried to load on it without my, and let me emphasize this. This update happened without my authorization or without my knowledge. There's no control over any of the updates you get over those Nest Hubs. So basically, I'm still stuck here twiddling my thumbs. I will update, of course, if anything changes, but at this point, I think I'm just being ignored by Google because they don't want to fix this. They literally went radio silent on me, so I don't know. I mean, you would think that if, this is clearly their fault, this is clearly Google's fault. I mean, they've literally admitted that my device is stuck in an update loop. So it's not anything that I did. It's something that went a foobar on their end. It's something that fucked up on their end, causing my devices to basically become corrupted. All because of their stupid update. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. They're constantly removing things, they're constantly changing things, and it's causing basically the device, whatever they did, or whatever they put in there, whatever they put or took out of it, caused that to happen. Basically, the device is basically corrupted. And factory resetting does not help because it will just re-download the same update again and corrupt itself all over again. So even buying a new device at this point is out of the question because it's just going to do the same thing. I mean, the only devices that haven't been affected are the speakers. But I'm pretty sure they run a different software because there's no like visual thing on them. But all of my Google speakers, they're working fine. It's the Nest Hub Max in the dining room area, and then my Nest Hub Max in my living room area, and my Nest Hub Mini that are down. I mean, at this point, I'm gonna just have to switch to an Amazon product if Google can't help me because this is ridiculous. I mean, this is just. I don't know. I'll update. I'll at this point. This whole issue basically has been going on already for 2 days straight, going on almost 3 days. So at this point, the situation should have already been resolved. It's been more than It's been way more than 48 hours since they were aware of the situation, and they just gave a cookie cutter response without even batting an eye. And I did what they told me to do, and it doesn't help. And I even messaged them again, telling them it doesn't help, and they still haven't responded. Like, it's been literally the whole. Like, I sent the message yesterday at, like. Well, technically, today at 2 a.m. in the morning. And we're over here already at almost 9 o'clock p.m., and still no response. I mean. Yeah, okay, I could give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's taking them longer than expected to figure out what in places is actually going on here. But the thing is, I've gotten a complete radio silence at this point, and I'm getting the horrible sinking feeling that I'm being ignored here by Google, and they just don't know what's going on. They don't want to even fucking fix it. I mean, at this point, I'm exacerbated and really, really frustrated with the situation. There is absolutely no reason why this needs to be happening. There is absolutely no excuses for this. Google basically essentially fucked up my devices, and they don't want to, they don't want to do anything to fix it. I mean, I've been, this situation should have already been solved ages ago. I mean, it's clearly obvious that whatever update they put on, it's causing a problem. Then they should just temporarily roll back the device. I mean, if they have the power to send stuff to my device, I'm pretty sure they have the power to send a rollback command. Although I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they should be able to, because there's really no other way to load anything on there. Only basically Google, and only Google can load anything onto that device. There's no ports. Except for the power port. There's no ports on that, so you can't you can't do it like you would do it with a phone. If your phone was malfunctioning and it was still bootable, you could put it into your computer and download and re-download the software from whoever your phone's manufacturer is. You can't do that with these hubs. There's no port whatsoever on them, so you can't there is no way to basically fix it. Google has to fix it. And the only other option is to basically send the device to Google, but the thing is, they haven't even given me that option. The tech guy said he will look into the warranty option, but you guys saw what response they gave me. They said nothing about any warranties or about any options to return it. They just basically gave me a cookie cutter default response. And at this point, I'm just really, really exacerbated with the situation. The fact of the matter is, I've tried multiple times to factory reset the device. The device is not working correctly. It keeps on trying to re-download this broken, corrupted update because it's the update that's corrupted. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. And honestly, I'm not even what's worrying me is I haven't seen anybody else having the similar issue. as far as I know, and that's what's worrying me. I'm worried that maybe I'm like I'm basically patient zero of this weird update loop corruption bug, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because I know in the past the hubs have had issues with bad updates and them like boot loading or getting basically boot looping and getting bricked, but this is basically it's update looping. Basically, it's basically trying to repeatedly install an update because and it's repeatedly corrupting itself, and I don't know why. And my worry is that buying a new device won't even work either, because you buy a new device, it's going to have the same problem because it's going to try to download the same update again. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds to test this theory, because to replace all three of those devices would cost altogether over like $500 plus. Because, let's see here. I looked it up, the Google Hub thing where I got them from was Lowe's. So to get those two Google Hubs, it'll be like 200 and like 83 like $230, something like that. It'll be $200 plus dollars for both of them, so that's 400 that's over $400 already just for the Hub Maxes. And the minis, not sure if they still have them. They probably have them maybe on Amazon, because I'm not sure. I think my store still carries them, but the mini would cost yet another $100. So altogether, it'd be like almost $500 to $600 to replace everything. And the thing is, they're replacing the devices isn't going to work, because they're going to just download this bad corrupted update, and just I'm going to be back to square one. And also, I don't got that kind of money. I don't got the kind of money to be replacing my devices, especially given the fact I did nothing to these devices. This is all Google's doing. This is all on Google. And at this point, I'm just extremely pissed off and getting fucking frustrated with this whole situation. There is no reason. I mean, Google is supposed to be famous for having a bunch of recovery options. Okay, Google, where is your recovery options? Where there should be some sort of recovery mode to be able to recover this device or roll it back to its previous update, so that way it's functioning and doesn't download this. There needs to be something implemented so it doesn't, like, if it's having an issue with an update, it automatically rolls itself back. I mean, for Pete's sake, Windows has this. Microsoft has this feature. Windows has this feature. Just about every piece of technology has a feature where it will basically undo an update if there's a problem with the update. I don't know why the Hubs doesn't have these features, and also there should also be some sort of like backup method. There should also be. This is what frustrates me about the Hubs. There's literally no ports on those things, so even if you wanted to, you can't like manually roll it back. You have to have Google do it. And what's worrying me is I'm going to have to send my device. I'm going to have to spend a huge amount of money sending my devices to Google, because I highly doubt it's going to be cheap to send all three devices to get repaired. And also, the fact matters, I shouldn't be charged for that. I shouldn't be charged for that, considering the fact that this is all on Google. They the ones who fucked over my device. They're the ones who pushed a bad corrupted update onto my device. And at this point, I'm at my wit's end about it. I don't understand why this is happening. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anymore what to do at this point. I'll still try to wait to see if Google does respond, I will of course, update if Google responds. But at this point, I don't think they're going to respond. I think at this point they've basically essentially closed my case and basically moved on. Which is ridiculous, considering the fact I still have the issue going on, and I notified them that I still have the issue occurring. I mean, at this point, I'm going to straight up have to, for display devices, I'm just going to have to go with Amazon at this point. And I mean, if I need an extra camera, I'll just purchase a fucking just Nest camera, just like the one that I have over there. If I need a freaking camera at this point, I mean, at least those are not as expensive as the fucking Google displays. Because even if I do purchase like a Amazon Echo Show or whatever it is, whatever you call those, the displays, whichever number of them. Even if I purchase one of those, if it has a camera, it's not going to work with the Nest thing because I think it's separate. I think Nest is Google's thing and not Amazon's thing. Amazon has their own thing. So at this point, I'm going to continue monitoring the situation. If the situation changes, of course, I'll update. But at this point, I've just about given up trying to restore my Nest hubs because Google has made it painfully obvious they don't want to help. They're not willing to help. They don't know what the hell's going on. They can't even seem to figure out what's going on because they've gone completely radio silent. And as far as I understood from my last message from them, they've fucking closed my case. So it's like, okay, and I've notified them that my case should still be reopened. My device is still, all three of my devices are still experiencing the same error, but whatever. Apparently, my pleas have felt on deaf ears at this point, because Google isn't listening. Google isn't willing to fix their screw up. So at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. Most likely, I'm probably just going to have to replace my devices with Amazon devices, since Google seems to be unwilling to cooperate and unwilling to basically try to fix my devices. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to continue monitoring the situation. And of course, I'll update, like I said, if anything changes. But at this point, I just feel utterly ignored. And Google, you guys should be ashamed of yourself for this. Is how you guys treat your customers. This is how you guys treat people who spend thousands upon thousands, hundreds upon hundreds upon thousands upon dollars for your equipment. This is how you treat your loyal customers. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. There is absolutely no reason why. I mean, I wouldn't be complaining if you guys gave me some sort of update, but whoever I was talking to has completely checked out because they've been radio silent. They haven't even, no message, no nothing. So at this point, I feel like I'm being ignored. My issue isn't being addressed, and I'm still having the same repeated issue. So at this point, unless something changes, and by some fucking miracle it starts working again, I'm basically SOL'd at this point. And that's not right, Google. Shame on you, Google. Shame on you. This you guys sent a corrupted update to my devices and fucked them over, and now I'm basically SOL'd. At this point in time, I can't recommend a Hub Max or a Hub Mini to anybody, considering that there's this nasty, horrible update out there causing the devices to be corrupted. That's not okay. My device is now corrupted because of all three of them are now corrupted because of Google's bullshit. So, anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I will update my video if the situation changes. So I'll see you on my update whenever it is and whatever it is, and I'll see you all. So I'm going to conclude the video for now. I'll see you all on my next video, whatever it is and whenever it is. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as I've said on my previous video, if you all having the same problems, feel free to comment down below. The more people speak out about this, if there is a problem like this happening, the more likely Google will be able to get off their ass and finally do what they're supposed to do, and maybe this stupid thing can be solved so that way nobody else has to have the same issue that I'm having. I mean, for me, luckily enough, I don't have doorbell cameras, so it's not that big of an issue in regards to the... Okay, anywho, sorry about that. Had to pause and take care of my cat. He was up choking. He's okay now. Don't know what the heck that was. I don't know what the heck he ate, but he's okay now. So anyhow, as I was saying, don't forget to, I'm going to conclude the video for now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully Google does something to solve this, but at this point, I'm pretty much exacerbated with the situation, and I have no choice but to just sit and wait and see what happens next. But anywho, I'll see you all in my next video, whenever it is and whatever it is. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And have a good day and or night, everybody. And I'll see you all next time. Bye. Ow. Jesus Christ. That's all I have to say about this week. That is all I have to say about this week. Ridiculousness. Shoot. Absolute ridiculous. This is freaking stupid Google messing up my devices. Jesus, I can't even catch a break this week. Ay, 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 ay! Ugh.